You keep making rash decisions. You're saying hurtful things, ruining friendships, relationships. Find yourself constantly apologizing, and why? Why are you getting triggered so easily? Why are you overreacting? If you ever found yourself apologizing constantly, regretting, or any of these examples, then stay tuned so we can work on reacting less emotionally. Hey butterflies, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Stephanie with a Y. Don't forget to subscribe. If you are new here, I thank you for clicking on today's video. I really think you'll like it here. If you are a returning butterfly, I do thank you for tuning in, and I do want to apologize for the absence as of recently, but I do hope that the rest of the year we can get back on our consistency and drop more videos for y'all. So without further ado, we're just going to jump right into the video. As you can see from the title, we are talking about how to stop emotionally reacting, how to stop reacting too quickly, and to start winning instead, because we're on the winning team over here. So if you're on your self-improvement journey, trying to develop and learn and grow, then sit back, relax, grab a notepad and a pen, and let's just get started. Why do people emotionally react? Why do we react so quickly, so impulsively? So we're briefly going to get into why people react this way so that we can understand how to improve and go from there. First things first, the reason why this happens could just simply be a lack of emotional intelligence. Meaning you just don't know or understand what you're feeling, what you're going through. That emotion that you're experiencing, you're unable to regulate that. Therefore, it'll just come out explosively, impulsively. Another reason this could be happening is because you're already dealing with a lot of stress. Enough stress to just have you snap at any little thing. And boom, before you know it, your emotional threshold was already down here, already low at the bottom of the barrel. So that one thing that gets added to it, oh, it's over. You're reacting. Another reason why you can be reacting so emotionally is because you have unresolved issues. So let's say you and your friend get into it. You guys are going at each other, harsh words, whatever, right? But you guys leave it at that. No one says anything. Time goes by, months go by, no one says anything. It's just unresolved. Let's say one day you guys are now at a party. You're already there, they walk in. Not one word has to be said, but you're already going to be triggered. Why? Because there's unresolved issues. Because you held on to that resentment. You held on to that anger. You held on to those feelings. It's unresolved, so it's still going to pop right up. It's like thinking you can sweep things under a rug. Like, it's going to be lumpy. It's going to be uneven. It's going to be dirty. It's never going to be the same if you just sweep things under a rug pretending it's never there. So holding on to resentment, holding on to anger, that's exactly what's going to happen. It's just going to explode. Another reason why we could be reacting so quickly really could just be our defensive mechanism. Especially as a Caribbean girl, if I ever felt threatened or out of place or attacked, even disrespected, I'm gonna have to speak up, okay? And because I'm not thinking before speaking, it'll come out crazy. So obviously our first impulse will be to speak up, to stand up for ourselves, and to just speak. And a lot of times when you're just speaking, you're not thinking. So of course, you're just going to explode. You're going to say the thing that first comes to mind. You're just going to pop off. You know how they say fight or flight? It's literally like that. You're fighting, but verbally. So it's just a mechanism. It's just second nature to you. It's a habit. And the last reason, I left this to be last for a reason, that you can be reacting so viciously, impulsively, is really just because of HALT. If you aren't aware, HALT is an acronym that stands for hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. This is a technique that is frequently used in rehab programs. This is designed to help you basically halt, chill, relax, take a breather. Woosah. You know those Snicker commercials? You're not yourself, so here's a Snicker. It's the same way. The same way babies will have a tantrum just because they're hungry, it's the same way. It is literally in our nature. It may seem so simple, but honestly, we are susceptible to self-destructive behaviors when these basic needs are not met. So like I said, it can be a combination of all of these reasons or one or the other. Regardless of it, we need to figure out the root of it, the issue. Where is this stemming from? Because babe, as long as someone is getting under your skin, getting a reaction out of you, getting you to emotionally react like this, crazy, you're already losing. And I would hate for one of my butterflies to lose. Like I said, we don't lose over here. I would hate for that to happen to us. So let's just get into how to start winning. First things first, the power of a pause. Giving yourself a moment before speaking, before reacting, is going to help you slow things down. This will result in a rational and not emotional response. You're literally allowing the chemicals in your brain to chill. Having a pause does many things. It helps register and interpret information around us. Helps understand another person's view or situation. It also allows us to read the room, analyze the situation, and to understand the emotion of others. It allows you to process your thoughts and gain clarity, to craft a thoughtful response, carefully navigate difficult conversations. And one of my favorite hacks is giving a pause to others, especially if they are being rude. If they came out the mouth being slick, saying something that's just crazy, pause. Let it be dead silent in the room. Make it awkward, okay? Literally best hack ever. Because not only are you allowing them to reprocess what you just said, like, hold up, what? Is you cool? Are you good? What was that? What was said? It's going to give them that awkward moment to actually realize what they just said or how it sounded. A lot of people, like I said, don't think before they talk. So they say something reckless and they don't realize how terrible it sounds until you give them that pause. You ever notice that the best listeners are those that don't even talk much? There's silence, listening, processing, then moving accordingly. And sadly, a lot of us think we are good listeners, myself included, when we actually aren't. According to Harvard Business Review, people typically only remember about half of what they hear immediately after listening to someone talk. After 2 months, the average listener will only remember about 25% of what was said. Next up, you need to know yourself. Get to know who you are. What are your triggers? The better you know you, the less someone can get under your skin because you won't allow them to. This is one of the best preventative measures to take. So that way, no one can ever get under your skin. No one can ever take that power away, because when you know what sets you off, because it's like, aha, you tried. I know me better than you, so you can't get under my skin. You can't. You want to be so self-aware that no one can even test you. No one can even try you. I want you to be so aware, so self-aware that you remove yourself from any situation. And as a Capricorn, I have to say that is one of my favorite traits. The fact that we are so nonchalant. Where sometimes people do perceive that as us being cold-hearted, heartless, or that we don't care about anything. But baby, no, it's just that I'm not going to allow my feelings to ever dictate my decisions. Baby, I'm not going to allow anyone to think that they have won over me because they got me out of character. I'm never going to allow my emotions dictate my decisions. And Lord knows, I'm not perfect. Trust me, I'm not perfect. I've reacted out of character a lot of times, but I feel like right now where I am in life, I've gotten to a point where I've done that and I don't like it. And when you are in a situation or a cycle where you notice you don't like something about yourself over and over, and it's like, I need to do better, I need to get better, that's when the real change starts to happen. And I'm just human, just like you, right? So sometimes we will react or say things that we don't mean or that we wish we didn't say or do, right? But this is all about knowing yourself so that you don't get into these situations so frequently. And yes, I will still respect my feelings. I'm still going to feel what I'm feeling, but I will place boundaries. If I notice that I'm in a situation where I just feel uncomfortable or out of place, remove myself out of that. Or if you feel like someone is trying you or trying to get under your skin, put a boundary. Say, yeah, let's talk later. Give yourself time to assess. Run on your time. Run on your rules. Not everything needs a reaction instantly. All jokes aside, be mindful. Be very demure. Be very aware, very conscious, okay? About what's triggering you. About your emotional balance. How are you feeling? Are you more angry? Are you hangry? And if needed, go do some mindful activities. Once you start to feel that imbalance, do something about it. Go for a walk. Go to the gym. Do some coloring. That relaxes and calms the mind so much. Whatever you have to do to regulate those emotions, do so. Because honestly, if you know your triggers best, who's gonna try you? Who gonna test you? They can try, but they'll never succeed, babe. And this is what I mean. Winner. You're a winner. You knowing you best, that just means you are in charge. You are that boss. No one can try you. They'll always try. They'll love to see you lose and fall, but it's never going to happen because you're a butterfly and you're already winning. Now that you know your triggers, it's on to the next step, which is regulating your emotions, aka labeling your emotions. Great. You know you're feeling sad, so now how can you move forward to ease the sadness? And that's the problem. A lot of times we don't even know what we are feeling. We don't even understand. What emotion is this? What's happening right now? Why do I feel like this? I know I feel some type of way, but what is it? Once you pinpoint what that feeling is, then you'll be able to stop reacting so emotionally. UCLA's Matthew Lieberman refers to this as affect labeling. And his fMRI brain scan research shows that this labeling of emotion appears to decrease activity in the brain's emotional centers, including the amygdala. Cognitive distortion is very real, and this can happen when you allow your emotions instead of logic to be your reasoning. Do not allow your feelings to trick you into any behavior. This is why it's very important to label your feelings so that you can create that healthy separation, that distance between that experience that produced those feelings and you. You are not your feelings. Remind yourself, I am not my feelings, but it is okay to feel them. And while we are carefully being mindful and just being conscious of how we want to react next, you want to make sure that you're focused on solving it, not make it a bigger issue than it already is. This is a frequent pattern in relationships, especially with a significant other. A lot of times we seem to get off track. We start talking about past issues now. Like, okay, matter of fact, I remember that, this and that. And adding to the fire. There's no actual points, logic at this point. It's just feelings and emotions and just wanting to get it out. I know you've been in a situation where you've been going back and forth with someone over something you're an expert about. Let's say you know everything there is to know about hair and they're telling you no, this and that doesn't work for 4C no matter what you do. And it's like, that's more forte because I do people's hair. I do my hair. I'm familiar with 4C and natural hair. So that person arguing with you, you know 100% that you're right, but they're so adamant. They're so stubborn on proving you wrong. Why are you continuing this back and forth? Why are you even entertaining it? Not every battle has to be fought. Not everything that someone says or does needs a reaction. Not everything or everyone will be worth your time or energy, babe, and it is what it is. Let them argue with themselves. Let them be wrong. Loud and wrong. Like, okay, who cares? Unbothered queen. Let's go. Let's keep him moving. Let's keep it pushing. And to sum it all up with the final steps, because I did touch on this, but just briefly as a quick reminder, we are doing mindfulness activities. We are getting in our Zen moment, our Zen zone. We are taking preventative measures, pausing, getting to know yourself. We are creating boundaries from people, situations. We are protecting our peace. Work on your communication skills, right? Effective communication. So that can be telling someone, hey, let's talk about this when I'm a bit more calm. I don't care what anyone says, but communication will always be vital in all friendships and relationships. Let's say you follow this video to a T and you still mess up and you still react impulsively. It's okay, babe. You're human. We're fine. We're not supposed to be perfect. Trust me, myself included, I have put in years into being patient and learning to work on myself so that I don't react out of character, but it'll still happen. A lot of times it's just halt. I'm hangry, I'm tired, like I'm overstimulated, I'm gonna have an attitude, I'm sorry. But it is very important that every situation that you do react impulsively or too emotionally, that you reassess that later. We live and we learn, that's part of life. So when something happens, just reassess it. How could you change that going forward? What could you have done differently? What did you wish you have done differently? But lastly, just show yourself compassion, because we're all going through this journey together. And as long as you're watching this video and you've been tuned in, like, babe, you're already on the right path. And honestly, you being here today is already a huge step. So, and of course, we are going to end off today's video with affirmations for emotional regulation. If this is your last few seconds here, I do thank you for watching. Don't forget to become part of the familia and like this video if it helped. And if you do stay till the end, I appreciate you as well. And I will see you in my next one. Affirmations for emotional regulation. Repeat twice. I welcome the lessons my feelings provide. My emotions will be manageable for me. I am finding it easier to calm down when I get stressed out. I am allowed to feel this way. I pause and reflect before acting on impulsive urges. I trust in my ability to make wise decisions and choose actions that align with that. I listen attentively and non-judgmentally when others are speaking. I can think clearly even in difficult situations. I am able to control my feelings without letting it consume me. No one nor anything will take away my power. I welcome the lessons my feelings provide. My emotions will be manageable for me. I'm finding it easier to calm down when I get stressed out. I am allowed to feel this way. I pause and reflect before acting on impulsive urges. I trust in my ability to make wise decisions and choose actions that align with that. I listen attentively and non-judgmentally when others are speaking. I can think clearly even in difficult situations. I am able to control my feelings without letting it consume me. No one nor anything will take away my power. Till next time, butterflies, love you.